Do you ever feel like you get so excited about changing your life, start making moves, and then boom, you ghost yourself? You disappear for 6 months and have to start all over at zero? All that momentum gone? You're not crazy. You're actually caught in what's called the emotional cycle of change, a framework by Kelley Conner that explains exactly why you self-sabotage. And today I'm going to break down the 5 cycles, the 5 stages of the cycle, and how to finally push through to success. Hey, I'm Teresa Boyce, and I'm the co-creator of Becoming Her, the Overflow membership. And I help ambitious women to stop starting over at zero every single month and step into consistent overflow, money, confidence, and momentum. And if you've been spinning your wheels, whether it's in business, mindset, or just your life in general, I want you to know there's nothing wrong with you. You're just caught in a predictable pattern researchers call the emotional cycle of change. Once you see it, you can break it. So here are the 5 stages based on the Kelley Conner research. Step 1 is the uninformed optimist. This is, you're so excited. You just had a new opportunity. This is the honeymoon stage. You're hyped. You're optimistic. You're going to be a millionaire in 3 months. You believe anything is possible, but you don't yet know what it actually takes to become successful. Step 2 is the informed pessimist. You hit your first obstacle. You realize, wow, this is harder than I actually thought it was going to be. Suddenly, you're not so sure. This is where the voice of self-doubt gets super loud. Step 3 is the valley of death. This is where most people quit. Momentum dies. You ghost yourself. And 6 months later, you're back at step 1, starting over. But this valley isn't proof you're failing. It's actually proof you're close to your breakthrough, because it gets the darkest, it gets the hardest right before you break through. Let me know if you've ever felt any of these. Step 4 is the informed optimist. If you push through the valley, you start to see results. You know it's still hard, but now you've got evidence that it's working. This is where consistency starts to pay off. Step 5 is success. Here you've broken the cycle. You're not dabbling anymore. You've actually are on the other side. You've got belief, systems, and staying power. Success stops being a fluke and starts being predictable. Let me know in the comments, have you felt any one of these stages? Where have you gotten stuck? Where have you fallen off? Where you can see and acknowledge and know where you fall off, it's easy to give actionable steps and advice at each one of these stages. I'll do a follow-up video on how to break down each one of these and what are tangible, actionable things you can do at each step to help you keep moving forward through the cycle of changes. You can think of stage 3, the valley of death, as like your caterpillar turning into the butterfly moment. You have to completely dissolve to goo to be able to get to the stage 5, which is becoming the beautiful butterfly on the other end. This is where you have to go through and figure out and pinpoint the key things that keep you stuck, that stop you from going forward, that seem too hard. These are all the excuses that you make up in your head to yourself. Because here's the truth. Most people live on repeat. Sadly, they live the same day over and over and over again. And it's between steps 1, 2, and 3. That is their cycle. 1, 2, and 3. They get excited, they hit resistance, they ghost themselves, and they restart at 0. Think of it as like pushing a rock up a mountain. Every time that you get so close to the peak and you're like, oh, I just stopped, you're rolling back and you're starting over at 0 again. You're not starting up from where you have your boulder, you're starting down from the bottom. But the emotional cycle of change shows us that step 3, the valley of death, isn't the end. It's the doorway to step 4 and 5. If you can hold your ground through the valley, you don't just build momentum, you build staying power. And one thing I can tell you, the best thing I can give advice for is have accountability. Be with people who hold you accountable, that you have to hold yourself accountable to, and show up. Don't ghost them. Ask the questions, get a mentor, lean on a friend, be able to not just be in your own head. And if you need someone, that's exactly what I help women do inside the Becoming Her Overflow membership. We don't just hype you up at step 1. We give you the mindset, the action steps, and the embodiment practices that actually carry you through step 3. So you can finally experience step 5. Because here's the hard truth. No one is coming to save you. You have to be your own hero. You have to show up for yourself. I am only there to guide and help to get you there safer and faster with the knowledge that I've learned over the last 6 years of doing this myself. But you have to be the one to say, yes, I'm ready. So here's my challenge to you. Don't ghost yourself. Push through your valley. If you want help with breaking this cycle, make sure to join Becoming Her, the Overflow membership, where we help you walk through this safely and faster than you would do it on your own. I hope to see you on the inside. Make sure that if this was helpful, hit the subscribe button and make sure to like this.